Welcome to Global Insiders Podcast. I am Ryan, the peripatetic one, bringing you information about opportunities relating to jobs, traveling, and any information that can elevate you to your rightful place in this thing called life. You can find more information and how-to methods on globalinsidersgroup.com. That is insiders with an S. And here is today's show.
Hello, insiders. Welcome to another show. As I told you, I'll be with you every week. So here I am. I hope you're all doing well under the circumstances. And just get ready to learn a lot about what is happening in the world, because I want you to be as informed as possible about how to go about navigating this new future. So sit back or walk or run. Just continue doing what you are and enjoy the show. So today I want to start off with apps. It is said that iPhone apps are trying to watch our clipboard. Actually, it goes further than that. It says it's stealing from our clipboards. So what happens is that, when you save or you write something on in your iPhone, it saves it. Or even if you take some pictures, let's say your taking a screenshot, it will save the screenshot. So what some apps are doing is they are taking that information and using it for themselves. And right now the big business is trying to find out what you're thinking. And one of the ways how these companies know what you're thinking is that they look at your data. And when they look at the data, they can say, okay, well, she's going to do this next, or she's going to do that next because of the history of how she goes about doing certain things. So we all have to be on the lookout for that. So it's definitely a troubling thing because, privacy is very important. And the scary thing is that, let's say you have two Apple devices, right? If they're within 10 feet of each other and you use the same password, they can copy the information from each other. So you might be at home working privately on something, whatever it is, whatever you want to work on. And you think you're in your house working privately, and then you might have your smartphone, which you may even give to your kids to use while you're there. And what will happen is the smartphone will copy your private work from let's say an iPad, from the iPad to the iPhone. That's how these apps can work. So we really have to be careful of it. Okay? So just to keep you in the loop, I'll tell you some of the culprits, because there are many. So yes, here are the culprits. ABC News, yes, ABC News app is doing this. Al Jazeera, English, CBS, CNBC, Fox News, Newsbreak, New York Times, NPR, NTV, Reuters, The Economist, The Huffington Post, The Wall Street Journal, Vice News, and TikTok. TikTok is getting the hardest of the blows because, of course, the President of the United States went after China, and since then, China and America, anything from China is considered, is looked at with skeptically, as if they are not to be trusted. So TikTok is in it. And to talk, Truecaller, Viber, Weibo, SkyTicket, AccuWeather, AliExpress, Bed Bath and Beyond, Dazn, Hotels.com, Hotel Tonight, Overstock. Of course, there are many others, but these are the main ones. that are seen as persons who are doing unscrupulous things, or apps that are doing unscrupulous things. And luckily, it's the iOS, the latest version of iOS that is that pointed this out. So Apple is still in the clear. At first, when I read this story, I was thinking Apple has a little trouble on its hands, but no, they are still in the clear as being persons, being a company that wants to protect the privacy of others. So good for them. It's really good for them. I mean, they're building their brand around being of taking care of the privacy of their users. So that is really good. Moving on, Zoom calls. So Zoom is one of the businesses that have found good fortune in this really strange time and difficult time for many of us. They have, according to Verge, they have grown exponentially. And last year, just to compare, last year they made 122 million in revenue in the first quarter, and this year that number is at 328 million. So, they have doubled what they made last year. So that is fantastic for them. I mean, very few of us have not yet used Zoom. I mean, I'm in that. I'm among the few. As in, I haven't used it this year. I used it last year for the first time. But during these coronavirus times, I'm still using Skype. But just in case you're zooming and you're not sure how to zoom, remember to change your settings when you go online to Zoom. Mute your settings, because of course you don't want the persons who you are going to talk to hear your conversations or anything like that, like your private conversations, before you are ready. So remember to mute your settings before getting on. So that is your mic. When you join, before you join, mute your mic. You can find the mute my mic microphones in the settings. So join a meeting option in settings. So that is it. So join a meeting options in the settings. If you are the host, you can mute all participants upon entry. So hosts, please do that. It is cool to be the boss. So definitely make sure that you do that for your participants. And participants, make sure that you mute your call first, because we don't want any mishaps. I'm sure you have all seen some sort of meme or some video showing someone who has had a bad Zoom call. I don't want you guys to be in that number. Next story, dating these days. Raise of hands, all those who are dating these days. Okay. Well, dating has taken on a new phase, and there's a generation difference in how people date online or date overall. So mobile and online dating is the thing now, and the future. In America, the numbers look like this. So 18 to 29-year-olds, 48% use dating apps. And 30 to 49-year-olds, 38% use the apps. 50 to 64-year-olds, 19% use the apps. And then 65 plus, 13% use the app. I was a little surprised by the latter number, but also happy. I mean, just because you're moving up on the calendar or in the years, it doesn't mean that everything is finished. So kudos to the 65 plus year olds who are doing their thing. Of the winners, Tinder has 6 million paid users. I am sure they can rest assured, as their growth is in the hands of millennials and Gen Zs. And these persons are only going to continue to use this type of technology as the time goes by. So definitely there is a major culture shift there. And if you're going to date now, I guess you definitely have to have something online to, as they would say, see how many fishes in the sea. So, yeah, if you're going to date, make sure you have your dating up. You can read more about that at thevisualcapitalist.com, okay? So that's visualcapitalist.com. Next, jobs. The show is about getting you jobs and making sure that you are working. So, next topic for today is jobs, and this one is very interesting to me because this is about SEO jobs, and SEO is search engine optimization for those who are not familiar with the term. And basically, it means just that, search engine optimization. So if you have a website or a store, you want to make sure that the search engines know how to find you. And one of the best ways to do this is to go on to is learning how to use Google, and because Google is the top guy basically, or the top search girl, if you prefer that. But yes, Google, the search engine is the number one, and I don't even think the competition is even close. I can probably talk about that in another show. But yes, so SEO jobs, right? And this information is coming from Backlinko, who did an analysis of 7,051 search engine optimization jobs and got some findings, some interesting ones. So they say the mean salary is $60,548 per year, and this is mostly from the United States. This information is from the United States. As I've noted many times before, most of the information that we talk about or that I mention here will be from the United States because it's still the number one market by far, and it's the one with, I would say, with the most data explaining what is happening in society and in the world. So it's a good measuring tool. Of course, it's not going to be perfect because every country differs, but it's a good measuring tool to use for jobs and for the world overall. So that's $60,540 per year, which is good money if you ask me. Companies in California, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey pay the highest at a mean of $72,600. So that's even higher than the national average. Utah, Pennsylvania, and Illinois pay the least with $48,700 a year. Most postings are for non-technical positions. Only 22.9% are for technical positions. So that's excellent again. New York, San Francisco, Austin, Chicago, and LA recruit the highest number of SEO professionals. And 63.4% of SEO jobs require experience with specific tools such as Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Moz, SEMrush, Hrefs, and Screaming Frog. So once again, that is great news because insiders, this is a new economy job, so you don't need a degree for it. So new economy jobs, basically, these are things that I guess the universities haven't processed yet how to make money from it. And because of that, you can jump in and, learn the skill and use it because many persons are looking for this skill. So I can hear the anti-college goers shouting in the background, yeah. But don't have any despair, my college going sisters and brothers. Get on Udemy and Retool. And not just Udemy, you have many platforms where you can go to learn skills for this new economy. I started off using Allison, and Allison is free, and the lessons are good. But then I decided to move over to Udemy because when you start paying money for something, you take it a bit more seriously, and you also believe in it a bit more, which is not correct, but you just believe that it's actually worth something more than the free one. But I'd say if you have the money, go to Udemy. If you don't have the money, go to Allison. You will learn skills. And remember, that is the important thing. The important thing is to have the skills so you can use them. Okay? So today, for the last topic, I want to talk about something personal. So for the last, let's say, maybe 2 weeks, I've been getting an error message each time I try to log on to my PC. And this is not because I forgot my password, but apparently what happened 2 weeks ago was that Microsoft is basically telling me I need to use my email login to log into my PC. Now, I think there should be a separation, but maybe in life, the life that we have now, there is little to no separation. They want to amalgamate everything. They want everything to be one, which is good for who, I don't know, not for me necessarily. Because if I'm at home working, I want to separate that from when I'm at home having fun. So Microsoft, in their wisdom, decided that it is okay to change for me to have a different login method. And for me, this is scary because now I'm wondering, okay, so what about my desktop? Are the things on my desktop in the cloud? I don't want my information to be in the cloud unless I put it in the cloud. So definitely the heads at Microsoft need to learn about permission marketing. And just in case you don't know about permission marketing, this is a theory put forward by Seth Godin. And permission marketing is basically a concept where before you market to someone or try to sell someone something, you try to get their consent first. You don't just do it. You don't just intrude on someone in someone's space and then give them a new product or try to sell them a new product. You first ask, hello, can I speak to you now? I would like to speak to you about this. Would you like to know more? Things of that nature. So Microsoft, as big as they are, they need to learn about permission marketing. And also, for such a major company, why can't they get email right? I mean, Microsoft, if you go back, let's say, I guess I could say 10, 15 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. Guess I'm giving away my age a bit now. They were the only competition. So it was like a truck or a car on a highway just going, making money, taking care of things. They had the only game in town, and the game wasn't a bad game. But then they decided to, I don't know what they decided to do, but one thing I can tell is that compared to a Gmail account, they have nothing. They have nothing. I have my Hotmail account basically is just a historical document, so to speak, or a historical email where it has history, so I keep it. But in terms of productivity, it is no good. And I am looking forward to see the play that they make in the future with this. I have to use my email to sign in, because if I start seeing things in my email, remember earlier in the show I talked about the clipboard taking the iOS clipboard, the apps taking your information from your iPhone. I think they're making a similar play, but that will not sit well with me. I am a proud PC user. I have no intentions of learning how to use a Mac. But if Microsoft makes a play like that, I am willing to switch, because that is not cool. It is just not cool for them to decide that, hey, this is your PC and you can use it like this. No one is going to do that. Figure out how to make your email of use to people. I'm sure, get some young people in the company, get some people from third world countries, wherever, get some new thinking. Get someone who can tell you what's missing from the email experience and give us new tools. Don't try to copy Gmail or whosoever you're copying and get a good product. No. Think about it. I'm sure emails are not perfect. I mean, right now, marketing is trying to go to a whole new level because businesses are, looking for ways to sell their products. So look at that market. You have a great business to business business, as in your Microsoft suite. But think about that. Work on that. But don't tell people you will lose customers for that because you're not using permission marketing. So think about what you want to do with your email, but don't make that move. So let's see, we'll wait and see what is happening in the market. I'm sure maybe by December, somewhere in there, we'll see their big play, and then I'll be coming back to you insiders and tell you what's going on. So once again, thank you for tuning into the show, and I'll be back. This week there are 16,056 cybersecurity jobs listed on Monster. Take care until next time.
Thanks for listening today. I hope you are inspired. You can find more helpful and motivational material at globalinsidersgroup.com. That is, insiders with an S. You can also keep in touch at Global Insiders on Instagram. See you next time, but remember, you can be your own superhero. Bye.